back to my YouTube channel.
Start your YouTube channel. You've not introduced me.
I've not finished. I've not even finished saying hi, guys.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hi guys. I'm helping you now.
Let me not chase you. Come on from. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a guest on my channel today. My friend. Her name is Ayo. I'll leave her to introduce herself. So, brief intro, guys. This particular episode is talking about, we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship, basically, right? And so I decided to bring a few of my friends that are making it in the industry. You know, me, I'm still upcoming. I'm still like, hey, Joy, help me. And so that's why Ayo is there. Ayo is one of my friends that I'm bringing to this channel. So introduce yourself. What do you do? Who are you? Who is Ayo? Blah blah blah. Give us details.
Okay. Hello everyone. So my name is Olaoye Ayomide. I'm an event planner. I run light events and catering, and I also do branding and printing of all sorts with light souvenirs. So those are my two businesses.
And she has a corporate job.
Oh yeah, I do.
And yeah, say the corporate. What is the job about?
I work with analytics.
Oh, the meta. So you see that when I was saying that I'm bringing Agbagba industry people to talk, I was not joking. So when and how did you start your business? Both the events and the branding and printing.
Okay, so for the souvenir, I started in 2017. It will be 6 years by June 1st.
Oh God.
2023.
God, when? When?
It will be 6 years. So I don't know. I remember clearly. I was in school, so I'm like, oh, like I really like when people go to parties and they don't go and throw away the souvenirs they get. Because actually, before we even went into like corporate branding and all of that, we're just basically a souvenir business. But I realized that most of the time, when we Nigerians go to parties, we used to come back with plastics.
Yeah, pack ourselves.
Do you know? Pack is even okay. At least you can even use it in your house. There's something that you probably will never use. You know, we had our parents have stocked lots of souvenirs, so I really wanted something to be unique. You know, then I saw that Chinese people started doing like more affordable things, like all those hair dryers, really small and cute. So I'm like, oh, it would be really nice that people can attend weddings or parties and buy affordable souvenirs. So that was how Light Souvenirs started.
All right. So how about the events part?
Yeah, I was going to mention that. So for the event part, so I've always been misorganizer. Like I usually all my friends they could count on me. Like when it comes to anything, events, parties, anything. Like I was always there to help them. But then I never thought I was starting a business. I was just happy doing it. Honestly, I was just very happy doing it. So 2 years ago, I met the person who now trained me, Ruby's event. So and then she's like at an event that I had organized without any training, and it was really like a blast. It's a rooftop buffet. And then she's like, oh my God, who taught you or something like, she was really pleased to meet me. And I'm like, this is just natural, it's nothing. And then so I reached out to her, then I took like full-time training because I like to like make sure that I know everything professionally, not just being a hobby alone. So I took the training, but then I was still skeptical, like, this is a hobby, are you sure I want to make money out of this?
Yeah.
Do you understand? But then I think with time my friends encouraged me, like, no, even if you give anybody a discount or anything, it's a craft. You spent money for the training and all of that. So then I went, designed the logo, then we began Light Events. Light Events is about a year now. So that's how it happened.
I'm going to start from that money part because I'm actually always really intrigued when it comes to money. I'm very particular about people making profits. And I just wanted to mention that, or rather, I wanted to talk about that. Imagine if you were actually doing it for free. Do you think that even though it's like something that you enjoy doing, do you still think that you would have been able to sustain it? Yeah, let me put it that way.
So for sustainability, it might not have been possible. Honestly, like you have to. I think, in as much as we're trying to make this as fun as possible, I believe that people should also learn from this conversation. So I don't think it would have been possible. If not, I'll be deceiving myself, or I wouldn't be giving the person the best of my abilities. Because with time, like with training, and I realized that fine, it's your hobby, but a lot more goes into event planning, vendor sourcing, a lot space management. No, it's a lot.
Let's not even talk about the headache. Imagine that the wedding is now in Lagos. Hey God, the headache and all of that.
I know Nigerian parents now.
Exactly.
And you agree with your bride and groom, like it's strictly by invitation and all of that. And then the father of the bride is like, you have to people management. It's a whole lot.
By the way, guys, if you were at my wedding, you will know her. She does not need introduction. Our business page, by the way, is Light Events
Yes, at Light Events and Catering and at
and
Light Souvenirs.
Kitchen. All right. So, Ayo, we know how Nigeria is, how this economy, this country, in fact, itself is. What do you think has been like your major struggle running a business in Nigeria? Let's start with Light Souvenirs, then let's go to Light Events.
Should I scream it loud? Two major problems. They're like this apart. Logistics and staffing.
Tell them.
If we can find solutions to both of those problems, I'm sure like 70% of my struggles are gone for Light Souvenirs. Like if I can get stable, reliable staff and I can get good logistics partners, not the ones. Should I gist you? One dispatch company misplaced a customer's neck pillow. I pray that Mr. Gbemiga will see this video. Yes, I can understand. And just randomly called one of my staff and said, "Oh, I can't find it though," and stop picking our calls.
Mado.
So we had to make a new pillow yesterday and deliver today.
Wow.
So that's number one. Number two problem is staffing. Getting people that you would explain exactly this thing and then they'll deliver the same at an affordable rate. Because trust me, there are good people out there. Yes, but they may not be within your budget and all of that. So let me add that getting staff at your own pace, like okay, when you're when you're not yet like a big startup or anything, like getting people that will collect salaries at your level and will still deliver. It's been a huge problem for me at least.
Which actually brings which raises the issue of quality, because I'm trying to I get your struggles, to be honest. I really, really get your struggles. There are like different struggles with staffing, and because the ones that are good are, I don't want to, no, they are not overpriced. They are priced for their quality and the standard that they bring. But we can't afford them. I mean, as
small, medium enterprises in Nigeria.
So how do you balance that part? I know that is a struggle you currently face, but how do you make sure that even though you don't you cannot really afford the standard, but you're still not reducing quality at your current level? How do you balance?
So for balancing, I know that you might not like to hear this, but I would like, it is one of the reasons why this year I've been able to balance it to an extent. So yay! So this is prior to now, because I'm a very, you don't blow your own, but like I'm a very liberal, I'm a people person, so I'm usually like very friendly with everybody.
Actually.
So I think it affected the way I relate to my staff. Because I'm usually like, oh, they see you, they don't really exactly, they don't really see you as a boss, just see you like
so I think my colleague.
Do you get? So I think at the beginning of this year, what we have done, and so far by God's grace, we've not faced a single of those quality issues. Woo. So what I told them before that, because before we used to take responsibility as a company for any errors or issues we had with them, and it was costing us a lot. And now it wasn't just costing us money, it was costing us clients that had huge potentials. I know you can relate to that. Like, very huge potential, and it was really sad because I know I put in my best into my craft. So somebody else's errors was costing my business a lot. So it's a very simple thing. This is how we work now. Once we're done with the job, you must, I'm available, I'm not available, you must send finished product of the job. Even if somebody's not around to see it physically, before we deliver to any client, no matter how much the job is rushed. Now, if you've sent, we do like an artwork and send to the client, send back and forth before we print. Now, when you print one, if it's like a bulk order, you must show it for approval. Now, anybody that circumvents any of those processes now, you take responsibility, no matter the amount. I've told them, you're going to refund my money. So because of that, I think they'll be more careful. So like they'll send pictures.
Yeah, they know that money is on the line.
Exactly. So now they're accountable.
Yeah.
So I think it has helped them better. So I'm like, you must take a picture. If you feel like we cannot deliver the work in time frame, another issue we've had is communication. So now because I work corporate, I'm not always available. So whenever I'm literally like, yes, for now I'm like the only person on customer care, especially for WhatsApp. Instagram, they can reply Instagram because I can go back and check it. So I'm usually like the only person the clients communicate with. So sometimes when I call, is the job ready? And they're like, yes, ma. And I'm like, okay. Then I call the client, oh, the job is ready, it's coming to you shortly. But then you're like, why are you lying to me when we're literally on the same team? So I think those are like the things that put in place. Like if you lie to me and I cost the client, your money is going. So I think because of that, they've been more careful customers' jobs.
And I think I like that point. I remember when I had issues with my staff last year, I went to meet one of my mentors, Giddy Cakes.
Okay.
So I reached out to her and I was like, this girl is giving me trouble. That I would rather just do the work myself.
Yes, so
than-
especially when you know that you can do this thing, so that you cannot kill
exactly,
yourself.
I can do this thing. It's just taking much of my time. And my own then was the issue was, some of my clients were like complaining that they'll find eggshell inside cake, cake is burnt. And I'm like, how? How now? How did we get here? And it's annoying because the cake that I approved that should be covered is not what is covered. Do you understand? So I cannot even now say, but I saw this cake before,
Then the language that you don't even know what you're doing when you're trying to blame. So you can't even blame them.
So I remember telling my mentor there, and she was like, it's easy, it's simple. You just have to give it to her straight. How much is your salary? Is your salary? Any customer that complains about your salary, about the cake that you made, and it was 5K for every customer. So if you like, let 10 customers come in a month. You're not going home with any salary, and it's as simple as that. And I really found it profound because after then, there was like a little bit of change, even though along the line I was just like, sometimes you just need to know when to cut some people off. Like, you cannot tarnish my image. Some people believe that if you're running a business, it's best to leave your corporate job or vice versa, something like that. That you cannot run both concurrently. And I'm not exactly of that school of thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I know that I still believe that, there's a stage you get to that you just know that this corporate job has to go. You have to focus on your business and all of that. But currently, how do you balance your two businesses and your corporate job?
Okay, so fortunately for me,
Yeah.
I think for light events, what I've learned to do is, I think number one, scheduling is one of my most, that's helped a lot. Like, I can literally open my phone and tell you, like, okay, this. So because of that, and another fortunate part that most events, not all though, in Nigeria happen to be weekends. I don't work weekends. So I'm able to be physically available for my events jobs. And anyone I see that, okay, maybe, you have a meeting or whatever it is. Recently, I had trained somebody, although I've not let her do any job on her own yet, but I feel like with time, with growth, she's somebody I know that I can, do all the phone coordination, all the consultations, and then for the events day coordination, she will do that on my behalf. And then also, my mom is, I love you, mommy. I know you're going to see the video. She's my biggest support system. No,
shout out to you.
Shout out, mommy.
Shout out to you, mommy.
After salvation, my mom is probably what? She's the best thing that happened to me. So fun fact is, my mom has never missed any of our Lagos events, except it's like out of state. My mom, okay, except one when she went for her Unilag reunion. Mom has never missed, so she literally knows the job. Same for Lights of Enya. Mommy knows everybody we stock from. She knows how. If I sometimes when I'm pissed, she'll be like, let me call them. So in English it is, let me call them. So she's like, hello, what do you people do to your boss? She's angry again. Why are you people not delivering this thing? So I think I would like, just like the same scenario for like when people have kids. People tell you like, don't try to do everything on your own. Just don't resist help. I think the greatest I've had, like, people, like my friends, they've come through for me. They've tried to help me with businesses. Akpa is not here. Okay, she's here. She's behind the camera. She followed me to Shogbo for my job. I just have like a very good support system. I think that's the first thing. I think we should not form bad girl and forget that people are like our greatest gifts. My greatest gifts are like the gifts of people. So I think that's number one way I've been able to manage all together. Number two is carrying eyes. What's that in English? I'm sorry. Belgium. To
Particular shit.
So that's like another thing. Like, you have to know jobs that you just can't take. You just can't take if you want to manage your time.
Valid.
So you just have to let them go. Like, you can recommend to other people that are good in the business, or you just let them know that at this time, I'm sorry, give me more time. Like, for something like, sorry, you can't deliver in 3 days. Can you make it like 2 weeks? So if they say no, they won't come back because they feel like, oh, this person was honest. Yeah, for you to now take the job and deliver rubbish. Like, it happened to us during the festive period. We took a lot of jobs because we just wanted to please everybody. In the long run, we shot ourselves in the leg. So I think that will help you, like, manage. Scheduling is number one. You have to know, like, time management. Try and have a calendar so you don't miss anything. Apart from like my calendar, everything I do, I write them down like a lot. Like, I write everything down a lot. So like, I try. It keeps like it's in my head. I know that okay, this job, if I get a job today, no matter how busy I am, I try to write it down immediately. Like, okay, but delivering this also dates and all of that. And then, like, I think that what I learned from you, technology is also trying to help us. We have like a Google form now, so we track. Then we have it connected to like Google reminders for like delivery dates and all of that. So thank you, Google.
See, Google has saved my life. And I like that. So what she meant by the second point was basically delegating,
Yeah,
right?
delegating, yes,
Delegating
yes.
and all of that. So I like that she mentioned the third point, which is knowing when to actually say no to some orders. Just know when to close the eyes. Before I used to do, no order must pass me by. Guess what, my dears? Those that we come again, we come again.
I'm telling you. So I think you mentioned something and it reminded me of a friend of mine. I don't know if you know him. He also runs a bakery. So I realized that like, at the beginning of this business, sometimes in the name of like not letting any customer go, also, so that's why you need to be very careful.
Yeah.
You know, like people, you know, we do personalized items, so it's not something that if you buy, just I think just like cakes too, I put your name on it. It's not something I can just resell to anybody randomly so easily. It's not TV or it's remote that will say, okay, if you don't buy, somebody else will buy.
Yeah.
Then you message me like, oh, I'll pay you tomorrow, or my network is bad. Then I'll do something with your name. Nobody else can use it.
No.
And then you will not pay the next day.
Lie.
So this guy was like, repeat customer or the baker. And then he had put the name on it. Then the person has message 42K cake. Then I sent a message in the morning saying, oh, sorry, I need to cancel that order. After you begged me to go ahead. So can you just imagine the reason why you have to know the orders to cancel? So now with strict policy, except for companies, you know, some companies 70% in advance, and you know those are understandable. They're structured business; they can't run away with your money once they give you the go ahead. You know, they have like documents, personal orders, no money, no business,
no money, no business. See, my own is very strict. You don't pay me. There are only like 5 people that I do cake
Like
on
me.
credit for, like this one now, because there's no way I can push her. There are only like, in this whole world though, there are only like 5. Even my mother herself, if she recommends somebody, the person will pay deposit because me umbo story. That's when they will come back and say, sorry, mommy Esther, Aburo Komi, that's my in-law. My in-law, I just remember that my in-law bakes cake, so
they give it us for free. It's always for free. They never pay for it.
Like he will pay deposit. Somebody ordered cakes, plain cake last night, and she said she'll come and pick up today. So I told her, okay, you can come in time for 4 p.m. And then she was like, okay, no problem, I'll come. I was like, you will pay first.
Then
you will pay me. I said she ordered for 8 inches.
Okay.
She said, don't worry, that she's coming to pick up. When she comes and pick up, she would pay me the money. What if you come and say you don't want 8 inches again?
Abby,
and I've already paid 8 inches. I didn't tell her that, of course, but I was just like, oh, sorry, you actually have to pay before you go ahead with baking. And then she later paid. I saw the alert this morning and she paid for 7 inches.
So can you
imagine that I had actually gone to, I didn't even bake the cake last night because I was not even in the mood. I was like, imagine that I already baked the 8 inches. Now I'll not be looking for who will buy 8 inches chocolate cake that people don't really buy. I'll not be looking for who will buy 8 inches. So yes, please collect your money. Collect your money. Yeah, this is a very very.
You need to dance on your YouTube channel.
Dance now.
Collect your money. Collect your money.
It shake. How do you manage finance in your business?
Hey, shambala sound when you put this air part. Glory to God.
Hallelujah.
Thank you very much. So I think okay, so let me be serious because this is about money. So I think I have to sound serious. Okay, so on the most serious note, the best thing I did for my businesses was opening their own accounts. I think that's the best thing.
Share your hearing.
Now open business accounts just in the name of opening it, then you now still be taking their money. So what I try to do is like I try to like make sure like okay, let's assume we take a job for like money for an event. So now I use my airtime, I use my data for like consultations and everything. So I put that down, like okay, today I had a meeting, so I try to like calculate the data I spent. So we go with coordinators, you know, bride coordinator, food coordinators. I calculate the amount for the food coordinators. So I pay them. Then the rest is profit into the business again. So now in case once like when wants to get like a space and all of that. So then I before for light of years, I used to pay myself salary. Before we had the account, it used to be any money we make. So far I paid everybody that worked that, you know, that we didn't have like full people. We used to like people that just run quick jobs. Once I give you your money, the rest I'm using it to buy chocolate ice cream and replace rice. So I think what I did now is I pay myself salary. So now it now made me understand that when I thought I was making profit, I wasn't.
I was waiting for you to say that thing. I was waiting for you. I was hoping that you would actually say
I
it.
realized that I couldn't even pay my salary for so many months. You see, when that time when this was skyrocketed, that time, do you know what? We had more orders than we've ever had. That I think was January or February when this started skyrocketing. But we made the greatest loss when I now started like to calm down with and then okay, so I do data analysis also. I'm a certified data analyst. So I think that also helped.
God, beg.
So I think that also helped. So when I took like all those classes, like social stepping like everything on Excel, and even the minutest thing, another thing as business owner. So a friend of mine makes more for sale. So she was like, oh, she makes more when she sells. And I realized she was using her husband's gas, money that her husband was using to do gas. She was using her husband's groundnut oil that they were supposed to use to cook for the family. And you said you were making profit.
Yeah, I'm making sugar.
So I said to her, like, can you try to like buy like a small cylinder and know that anytime so you can calculate it properly to know. So the thing is, because we most of the time SMEs we run from either our houses, our parents' houses. I tell people if you're running something from your house, assume that your rent is even if it's very small, write it there so that when you actually move to a place where you have to pay rent, you will know how to calculate things properly. Data, remove your data money. I know that you're using it to watch Instagram videos, but calculate it that okay, spend time replying people on WhatsApp for this business. This data is also part of the expenses. You know, then try to once you do all that, then most importantly, pay yourself salary. Don't just take business money. Pay yourself salary. Calculate. Last 7 years, you not pay me salaries.
and I think that when you start paying salaries is when you realize that because sorry, there's this tendency that okay, if you're not paying yourself salary, you would assume apart from the fact that you think you're making profits, you would also assume that you have a lot of money in the business.
Yes.
Like I've not removed the money for my taxi. I've not removed the money for airtime. And in your head, the money is like 100k, but in actual sense, it's like 25,000.
True.
Do you understand? So it is when you pay yourself salary that you will be able to live within your means. Because when you're not paying yourself salary, you now see that okay, you need to buy the skincare products, like Pastor Shola said, and some of you, the skincare product you're supposed to be using just Vaseline.
It's Vaseline,
you know, but then you now realize that I need to buy this skincare product, I need to fix my nails, I need to do this thing. I shall not pay myself salary for 2 months, so I will remove it. But if you know that if you pay yourself salary monthly, you know that for this month I'm living on. If you're paying yourself 50k, for example, I'm living on 50,000 naira. You people are beg. No matter what comes, no matter what happens,
so
I'm living on 50,000.
And online beggars come. You know, it's good to give, by the way.
It's good, exactly.
And I believe so much in giving. My life has been based on giving, but still, you know when to.
You know when to like and there's no big deal in saying I don't have the money. Let them ask you, but you got a lot of production. Maybe I saw you posting on WhatsApp. Dear, I don't have the money. Like
that example I made now, that I told you that the month we had the most orders, we made the greatest loss. So imagine somebody comes to your DM and like, can you please give me this money? And I'm like, sorry, I don't have. The person is confused, like. So most people think they have when they actually don't.
But you will not know until you decide to actually start paying yourself some salary. If you're not paying yourself salary, maybe you are earning from somewhere else, but you are disciplined enough to not touch the money. That's a different thing entirely.
Except it's for like your business.
Yeah, exactly. Because for example, I don't pay myself salary, and it's not because I don't want to or I can't afford to at the moment. I'm just like, you know what, Scream is be owing me. Don't worry. And also because I have another stream of income that currently fends my basic. If I drop my corporate job like this now, I know that Chris has paid me salary because I have to leave. Do you understand? So you need to be disciplined enough to know, okay, even if you're paying yourself salary, you need to be disciplined enough to stick to your salary.
Yes, so
there's that one. I remember somebody told me that what she had to do was because her husband was more disciplined than she is. She made her husband the signatory to the business account. So she really cannot do some transactions except the man signs, and she knows that the guy will like, what do you want this money for?
I know sometimes impulse buying actually one of our greatest problems. Because even sometimes when you chill and you rethink it,
you just like, why really Do I really need it? Like, oh God, give me to tomorrow.
Like one Miyaki dress that was entering my eye this morning. When I saw the price, you don't really need it.
30,000. 30,000. I'll do subscription 3 times.
Do you understand?
That kind of thing. So yeah, I really this has been insightful. Even myself, I've plucked from your brain. You see that I was not joking when I said that it's my bosses that are coming. And are coming to give you guys knowledge.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
There's one more thing I need to mention.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important, especially for people that render services. For business, for product business, like souvenirs, it's easier. But you see, it's because you mentioned plucking your brain. That's what I remembered. People are very funny and very smart. They try to outrun you, even clients. So we have event day coordination, we have full event planning, so we have different packages. Now, some people will pay for the least package and try to induct is it the word? To deceive you into doing value of people that pay for full packages. Now, some people they'll just employ you for full day. So one thing my mentor told me is, let them know outright, like spread everything out. If you're paying full event coordination, okay, all together would have 4-hour consultation. Because if I'm doing somebody's full event planning, I'm probably you can talk to me, you can access me anytime, call me, ask any question about vendors. I'm not getting vendors for you. Because some people pay for event day coordination, say, oh sorry, do you have a decorator? Do you have a this thing? So I'll be giving you my plugs for the least value.
Yeah.
So I think another thing to learn is whenever you're offering services, please be very careful. People are out there to milk you dry. Actually, and I believe that intellectual knowledge is actually even more important than anything what's it called, product, because anybody can sell products. Well, like what you have to offer is very different. So be careful of people that will try to pluck your brain. I mean, I had someone that told me like, oh, you're going to be my event planner. I'm like, oh no problem. And person is like, hey Ayo, please, can you start sending me like Instagram pages of people you think will do my job? No commitment fee, nothing. I told the person, okay ma.
They're not gonna meet the person behind them. Like,
I said, okay ma.
I don't know, some people even like stress. Because is it not stressful?
Do you understand?
Is it not stressful? Can't you just anyway? So do better, guys. Do better. Do better. Anyway, okay, I think I was going to ask her any final advice, but she already gave you guys advice for service owners and all of that. It was really fun discussing with you. You have sense. Wow, I'm surprised.
It's not true though. I used to watch SpongeBob. It look like your face.
It's a lie.
Sorry. Okay. So sometimes I engage myself in, when I'm trying to like get a lot of information and insights for business. I try to watch cartoons. By the way, SpongeBob is very hardworking. So he works in this restaurant, and he's so reliable that
SpongeBob that they will choke spade. He will come out of spade. You know why?
But no, we have to.
God, Nickelodeon cartoons are like the most stupid cartoons in this world that I know. Please, it makes people dumb.
Chill. Listen to the lesson I learned.
There's no lesson. Please don't put this one on my channel. Thank you, Ayo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Please follow Ayo on Instagram. Follow our business pages. Light souvenirs, light events. I'm going to attach the handles on the screen. Follow her, please. So she's an event planner. She's a very good event planner. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. I'll be all for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please like this video.
Please watch it though, because I will carry it on my head like this.
Like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button. And I will see you on my next episode with another amazing superstar celebrity. All right, guys. Bye.